Welcome to the second Youth Alert event, codename YA, where youth and adults meet halfway to reduce violence. My name is Douglas Wain, W-A-I-N. I am the executive director of a nonprofit charity called Win the War Against Violence in Lexington, Kentucky. And we created this Youth Alert event to bring adults and youth together. Youth are responsible for 50% of all violence, between 12 and 24 years of age. Us adults are responsible for the other 50%, ages 25 to 65. Theirs within a 12-year span, ours within a 40-year span. However, we're both equally responsible. So Youth Alert is to give youth an equal voice to us adults to discuss ways how we can both reduce violence. Teamwork is the only way we know how to reduce violence, and we have to meet with youth equally in order to solve it. Youth need to tell us what to do, us adults, and us adults need to tell youth what to do. In a lot of places, youth don't have a venue for their voice. They really don't get a legislative vote, 12 to 24 years of age. They don't really not part of law enforcement or part of the business community. So this is their stage to meet us halfway. Our organization and our group, we give special and extra attention to black youth, especially to black male youth, for the single reason that black youth in America are at more risk of violence than the rest of the youth. And as I say, America has no greater asset than its male black youth. So it's been too unfair for too long. We're not going to close any other gaps in our society unless we first close the peace gap. So we're trying to increase the peace for all youth and all people, but we're giving extra attention to those of African American heritage. So it's fitting we're here at the African American Heritage Center. We believe that most violence is unjustified. The only justified violence is self-defense, and it's very rare that you'll be in a position like that. The majority of violence in America is unjustified and wrong. So we are preaching peace and principles. Peace we call the first principle of everything. That is our organization's slogan. Because without peace, you're not going to get to enjoy the other principles in life: freedom, equality, love, and life. So we are trying to first teach youth peace, and then the rest of the principles: peace, love, life, freedom, and equality. Now, in addition, with Youth Alert, in addition to offering a 50-50 meeting place with youth, us adults are trying to do something else. We're trying to give youth this message using what we call our greatest power to its greatest use. Our greatest power as adults is not over science, moon, stars, or nature. It's really, our greatest power is over youth. And dare I say, our ability to educate our youth. So by giving youth a single, united, peaceful message, we believe it's us adults using our greatest power to its greatest use. We also believe that the 5 principles are what created by what we call greater forces. God, nature, or both, depending on your beliefs. We give special homage to greater forces and the principles they created, God, nature, or both, over what us humans do. We did not create the good principles. We did not create all that. So we are part of the solution. And although there are many factors of violence, many risk factors, we believe both the problem and the solution to violence is inside a person, not the outside. Both the problem and the solution to violence is on the inside of an individual. And it's only through volunteerism, by someone voluntarily being peaceful, which is in their own self-interest, that we will have substantial progress in reducing violence, with large amount of reduction in violence. So that is what Youth Alert is all about. It's about communication. Our organization and this event is not political, it's not religious, it's not financial, and it's not judgmental. We aim to show all sides of all stories, and so people can make their own independent mind up. So we're going to have a couple of speakers and a couple youth violence prevention. We have some excellent speakers, and there will be a transcript of this and a video, and hopefully through all these events, which we hope to have every 2 months throughout Kentucky, we'll be able to build an encyclopedia of youth violence prevention, and also be able to keep our pulse on youth as well. So I'm going to introduce our first speaker. His name is Anthony Smith. He's with the Mayor's Office of Louisville, and he was a speaker at our first event in Lexington, and quite simply, I was blown away. First of all, that he came to Lexington to show teamwork, to show a united message. We believe that the more united the message is, the more powerful it'll be, and the more substantial progress we see. So Mr. Smith from the Mayor's Office came all the way down from Louisville to tell Lexington what he was doing. And what he's doing is quite amazing. The city of Louisville is so lucky to have him, and Mayor Fisher, I mean, he has a great eye for people, that's all I have to say. So I'm going to introduce him to you now, and right here in his hometown, Anthony Smith from Mayor Fisher's office.